Hi, and welcome to this week's, and I'm just thinking, where are we? Durham and Yorks Community TV. I'm Carol Dodsley, your host, and I have with me your amazing district leader, Gerri Riddiough. Gerri, come and say hello.
Hi, Carol. Hey, everybody.
They're not down there, Gerri.
Bit lame, wasn't it? And I was like, no.
How are you, Gerri? What have you been up to this week?
Good, yeah. There's been a couple of events on this week, which was two of them back to back. So they were good, right people at the right time. Some really good introductions made, some good connections. I'm at my what some would call my twin, a lady called Nicola, and you really hit it off with somebody. We were just like that sort of all night, but it ended up being really community based. It was good for everybody felt part of the group, and yeah.
And that's one of the great things about Link for Growth, isn't it? It's not about numbers, and it's not about being at an event and passing out your business cards and saying, look at me, who am I, and come buy my products. It's actually about people connecting much deeper than that and really feeling a sense of belonging.
That's right, yeah. And saying, what can I do for you? Or find out about other people is much more interesting than trying to tell people about yourself, whatever that may be.
So where were the events? You didn't tell anybody where you had these events.
We were at Saltburn on Wednesday night at the Spa Hotel. I think Chris took some photographs that will be up on Google Plus, and it did a whole 360 of the view, because it's kind of at the venue, it's kind of halfway up a cliff. We put some pictures on before looking out, but what you don't see is kind of what's behind, and that it's all built into a part of the cliffs that are actually out on the sea. And the second one was at Red Car, which was at Sofeli's at the Cleveland Museum, and that's run from 8:30 till 10 currently. But that might actually change, because with school runs and things, I think a slightly later time might be better for that one.
Yeah, that's very true. Sometimes 8:30 is the school run. It's the rush hour traffic, people getting to work as well, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It's not quite early enough for people to go and then go to work, which I don't really like, really early on. But I think maybe it's a little bit later. That's the feedback I've had from speaking to a couple of people that said they can come along if it's a 9:30, 10 o'clock take starts. I think we'll go for that.
Oh, cool. So there might be some changes at some of the events, some time changes.
Yeah, definitely. But it's a work in progress, isn't it? Everything is. You don't. I think if you wait around to get things absolutely spot on perfect, you don't necessarily get started. Where it's just about beginning, making a start on whatever it is that you're intending to do, and making tweaks as we go.
Yeah. And that's the great thing, because this is like a living journey. It's not about, right, we do this and it's this day, this time, this every single time. We actually tweak things, we change things, we listen to the members and people, what they want, and create things that fit for everybody. Now, I know you've also actually been in your local area this week, and you've been doing a bit of shopping. Yeah. Shall we share some pictures on that?
Yeah, definitely. I wrote a blog on this the other night. I think it was about 8 people actually shared it. With that.
It's all right. No one else can see what's in my little film.
All right.
Don't worry.
It was me when I was saying who's that, by the way. You're that strange, weird person on there.
Keep talking. So where were you? What were you doing?
No, what I was saying that, yes, I took these photos, I wrote a blog about it in my own style. It wasn't meant to be sort of everybody must do this, or wake up everybody. And it was just to say, if we all just spend a little bit more time thinking about where we spend our money, the money would stay locally, provided we spend it locally, obviously. But for every pound that we spend, if we head off to a retail park and buy furniture or smellies, anything, whatever it might be, for every £1 that we spend, only 10 pence stays in that locality, which I presume is by the person that gets paid wages, staying there. The rest goes elsewhere into huge, very big profits for a certain few on the planet. If we spend locally, which means not so much chains, staying away from them and shopping from people who are like us, you know, you've like the butcher or baker, candlestick maker, hope we don't have any of them. We wouldn't have electric. But there's absolutely everything out there. And by shopping from each other, we're helping each other. That's about.
So what you want to share, because I can see you've sort of got a little bit, I don't know what I'm saying here. Right, I'm in the background here. I'm going to share the screen.
I think I was waiting for you to pop back up or something.
Okay, right. We're now screen sharing your journey through, presumably, which market is this?
This is at Red Heart. So the stall that you can see there is so kind of a handyman type of stall that sell probably pretty much everything that you buy in the likes of Wilkinson's. A lot of things that you get maybe in B&Q or Wilkes. And the guy said he used to have an absolutely huge stall.
I'll go back.
Yeah. Then it's kind of gotten smaller and smaller. So I did a little posh up. This is when I realised I'd left my car keys on somebody's stall. And that didn't stay long once I'd realised car and house keys and shot off to go and find them. But they've been kept safe, so that was fine. But even things like bin bags, cling film, stuff that would be so easy to just pick up on the local your supermarket shop. You buy them from here, you're actually putting money back into that person's pocket and their livelihood. So that was what I wanted to mention on that one. Next one. This guy was funny. As I was just walking up, he leapt in front of me and said, "Can I interest you in a mobile phone cover?" And I thought, "Oh, well, yeah, go on then." If you can pick out something that's absolutely me, yes, yeah, I'll buy a screen cover. And he went straight for almost like a wallet that goes over the phone completely, and you can see them on there. And it was purple and sparkly, so I'd kind of been hijacked then and had to buy it because it couldn't have been any more me, really.
That's something that in a big organized, a big chain store, you wouldn't get that personal service, would you? You wouldn't get someone that looks at you, chats with you, and says, "Right, I know who you are. This would be perfect."
Yeah, yeah, and it made it quite it's a nice experience. Somebody went, "Yep." Obviously, I put in my blog actually, you'd obviously see me come in, but literally you see the sparkly ball and shoes and other bits and pieces. So yeah, got it to a T. So this is the guy who does cheeses from Yorkshire. And when I thought, well, how can I try and put this across to people and say, instead of just saying buy from the
I thought that was
got to the Eggman yet.
Yeah, sorry, I'm going too quick. It's like, come on, Gerri, hurry up. I want to get to the next store.
So I said to the guy, well, what have you got that's like the Cathedral City? So he pulled out a mature cheddar. I've tried pretty much all of them. And I had a look at a couple of others, things that we would maybe normally buy. So there was the strong cheddar, there was smoked cheese that I would normally buy from supermarket, and there was some, like, I don't know if you've had the Mexican type cheeses that have peppers in.
Yeah.
There's one like that as well, but it was particularly strong. And I got some butter as well, which was £1.80, which again I don't think is a million miles away from the prices you pay in a supermarket, but it was much nicer quality.
And that again is a big factor, quality over, for a lot of people they do shop according to budget, but if you can get really good quality things, that makes a difference as well.
Yeah, absolutely, for a similar cost too. And for the Eggman, this guy's great because he's got a chicken actually on there. It's not a real chicken. Spoke to him a few weeks ago, and people are starting to really sort of remember me now and say hello when I go back. I'll go down Sunday this week, I think. So got chatting to him, and I said, well, he always runs out of extra large eggs by mid-afternoon, well, even early afternoon, I would say about lunchtime. And so, how do you know you can produce enough eggs? You know, everybody in the town started chucking in. So we're fine. We've got 80 chickens, but you just get some more if I need to be. He's got duck eggs in there as well. Now, the trays that you can see, he has trays there that hold 30 eggs, and he just sent for £3.30. When you bring the tray back, you get the 30p off the next lot, because obviously every time he's giving out egg boxes, we might be shoving them in the recycling bin, thinking we're doing the right thing. But he said to reuse things is much, much better than to recycle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, you're talking 10p an egg. I don't think you can get any, and free range, eggs.
Yeah, I love on his banner that it says eggs from cage-free hens.
Yeah, absolutely. They're all free to roam around.
Yeah.
What's
this one? This isn't a market stall.
This is where I went for something to eat afterwards. I was starving. So I just thought it was worth a little a mention. The little chip's been there for, as you can see, they're 116 years, probably longer now. I don't know when the time out. Been there very, very, very long time, and they've got a fantastic reputation. So I got myself a little fish and some chips, and went about my merry way after that. Really, it was just, I just wanted to give them a little mention because it's a really, really good chip shop. Where you're looking at there behind you is down to the seafront, and there's ice cream shops. You can get lemon tops. There's a rock shop, all sorts of red car. I think people think you would need to go to Blackpool or Brighton, but we've got our own little mini Blackpool.
Yeah.
And it's time to appreciate what we have got.
Yeah, I'm totally with you on that. I'm really looking forward to coming up to Redcar and seeing it because I haven't been there. Now, the next two pictures aren't stalls, they are businesses. And I have no idea what you want to talk about on these. So let's just go for it.
Right. Okay. So this is, well, courgette. What's quite funny is, on the right is one that you buy from this fruit and veg shop. Now, I went into the pet shop last week to get some pet food and some cat litter. There was some things I had to order in because he said he doesn't supply ordinary cat foods and things like that because it's difficult to compete with the supermarkets. The supermarkets will sell things for like 3 boxes of cat food for £10, where he's selling them for £4 each. But there was this on the side, and I said, oh, it's a pet shop. What's this? And he said, I grow them in my back garden at home. So the one on the left, the one in the middle, had come from his actual garden. He said, I don't normally bring them in. He said, but I've been on holiday and they just went wild, just went ballistic. So I bought some courgettes from the pet shop. And the next one's carrot. On the right is one that you buy from a fruit and veg shop, just as they sort of, as we expect them to be, really. The two on the left are organic and have been grown in a garden, an allotment, really. And on, I think it was last Friday night, decided I would, I've made the decision weeks ago about not shopping in supermarkets, but never really, when I was working full time, didn't really have the time to implement it and spend time, buzzing around and sorting things. So I nipped into Greg Allen Wine Lodge where Karen Fulham works. She runs that, she owns it. And I just mentioned there was a couple of things I wanted, and I thought I might make some coleslaw. And she said, I'll give you a couple of homegrown carrots. And this is basically what they look like. Like the one in the middle looks like a little hand. Tiny little bit next to the stump on the right. It was just really kind of it. She just said, oh yeah, there's some of my carrots. Because I said I would, wanted to get a couple. But it's just a sort of idea if we can look at maybe ways that these shops can stock like homegrown food that we can then buy would be fantastic.
Yeah, and I think it's also, when you look at those pictures, those last two that we looked at, what we're buying in the supermarkets and the big stores is actually lot smaller, and the colours are not quite the same either.
Yeah,
You know, the organic and homegrown is so much better.
it is, absolutely. And we're getting what we stereotypically expect or are conditioned to expect what a carrot looks like.
Yeah.
The carrot on the left is just a giant carrot, but that was organic, so that come from the ground that somebody nurtured and looked after.
Okay, so let's, as Alex would say, who I'm on TV with in a moment, let's move on. So, so tell us, what's coming up next week for your area?
Yep, next week we've got kind of mini relaunch Middlesbrough, which is over in Acclam. It's at the community centre. So that should be really fun. We've got quite a few booked in for that, a few new faces. Now that I've got the logistics of that sorted out, the venue and what that'll look like, I will start sharing it more on the Facebook and Google Plus, Twitter, such pages too, to drum up some more interest. So,
And is that, what time is that? Is that a drinks, a breakfast? What is it?
it's a coffee, that one, from 10 till 12.
Cool.
Yeah.
And any other events next week?
Not next week, no. It's like the calm before the storm now, because we've got 2 weeks till the end of August with other events coming up. But from September, it's not. There's a lot happening then. I think we've got 10 plus launch events with Link Growth
Cool.
in September. But 5 of them are actually in this area, that's pretty good going. I'm really proud of the people that have stepped up and sort of are getting those, put them into action. They've set up their intention, what they're going to do, and they're doing it.
Awesome. So have you got any shout outs that you want to do this week?
Yeah, one or two. Want to say thanks to Ellen Ralph, who's in Middlesbrough, and helped me find a venue. It was her idea that we use the new community centre. It's a multi-million-pound building, but it's in the heart of a huge community to start with, so that'll be really, really successful. I want to mention as well David Dixon from the Riddiough College, who I know has taken a lot of the thoughts that Alex put down on paper, the main sent over and linked to both youth. Sent those over just before they broke up to school and college holidays. And he sent that across to a few people to get me back in to speak to them and get this project moving with the youth movement, really. So the other is for Nick Murray at the Mind shop. It's called Something in Mind. It's down the town, and they run a cafe from there. So we're launching a child-friendly.
Why are we launching a child-free?
A child-friendly event. Again, because of the timings that we've mentioned, that some people can't get for breakfast or might be at work, or they've got children on an evening. This is running. It's from the 5th of September from 2 till 4 in the afternoon. And open basically to anybody that can come down and have a cuppa and a cake or afternoon tea. We're just putting the final sort of details together for that now.
Brilliant. And I think the great thing with that particular one is it's a charity, and they have a coffee shop, but they usually are not busy or they're not open in the afternoon. So you're actually helping them to raise their visibility, bringing people together in a nice environment, and offering the good old British afternoon tea.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's all sourced locally and prepared and cooked on the premises as well. It's completely staffed with volunteers. So any money that's spent in the cafe goes back 100% into Mind, and then helps people in the community, which I think is, you can't really ask for better than that.
No, it's like creating these multiple points and multiple touch points and multiple benefits for everybody by bringing these communities together, isn't it?
Absolutely, it is, yeah. Really, really want to be proud of that one. They're doing really, really well. And I want to get some more extra business to them, but also it's about, we want to do some potential programs like this that we can raise awareness, on what they're actually doing. They have, oh, this is wonderful, you'll love this. Chris and I met with Nick yesterday, and he said, oh, we have a sign language group that come in the cafe. You'll know where I'm going with this in a second, I think. Remember we posted a video the other day on Facebook. You shared it, I shared it, Chris shared it, Marianne shared it with one of my friends, about a cafe that just does sign language.
Yeah.
In Canada, wasn't it?
I think it was in Canada, and it's actually a cafe that all of their staff, every single staff member is deaf. And it's a great initiative because they've opened this cafe where all of the customers have to come in and learn sign language to order their meals and their drinks. But it's giving opportunity to people with a disability to actually be able to feel that they're part of a community, that they really matter, and that they are really doing something that a lot of them haven't had the opportunity to do before. So the whole restaurant is sign language based, but their employees are all people who sign.
Yeah, exactly. So having seen that, and Chris, Nick mentioned to Chris the sign language group. So could we do something like that? You know, if we can put a menu together with just a few of the sign language, what do you call it?
Signs. Signs.
Signs. I couldn't think of the word. To get people to use that when they order the food. So just as a little idea that I can't sign, but I'd be willing to have a go, willing to try it out, simply to order food or whatever that would look like. I think that would be really good. Be a bit of fun as well for everybody with a good cause and reason behind it.
Exactly. I think that's great because A, people are learning a new skill. B, you can bring the people from the sign language across that they can help people to learn the new skill, and people who need to be signed to and sign to get themselves noticed and to talk and connect with people, they can be involved in it as well. And it's just going to be a great social thing, and Mind is going to raise their awareness even more.
Yeah, absolutely. We're looking currently for, I think Nick will have plenty of contacts, but anybody who could put that together in terms of a menu with the actual signs next to it. So we've got a couple of weeks.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
That's excellent. So is that going to be an afternoon or?
Yeah, 2 till 4, 5th of September, that one's starting, yeah.
Brilliant stuff. Love it. Great idea.
Yeah.
So
that all my updates, I think.
Is that all? Is that everything? Anything else you want to share with anybody today?
I don't think there is. No, there's I've asked about top community events. I'll get some of those lined up for next week. There's always things happening, but I think the fact that I've looked for them online, I've looked around, I've asked on Facebook over the last few months. But people only really tend to tell me if they've got their own business venture happening. I don't tend to share any, local things, and I don't get papers because I don't tend to take any notice of the media anymore. So I will find another way of finding out what's out there. But if I can't find it, I'm going to do everything.
Yeah, exactly, because it's really great when you can actually find out what's happening in the local area that is not necessarily promoting a business, but it's about where people can go, what's going on, something new, something interesting. So that would be really great to bring that on the shows in the future.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so that's it for today's show, and we will see you same time, same place again next week.
Thanks, Carol.